Good day, everybody. Welcome to Handlebarber Dave's Barbershop at Home. A couple things real quick. I need to apologize. It's now about 7:30 in the evening on Sunday. I do apologize for the lateness of this video as we go into straight shaving 103. But Friday, I started feeling a little bit under the weather at the barbershop and went home, and I have not been out of bed since Friday night. So I do apologize that this video will post a little bit late, but I promised I would do it. So as soon as I get this done, I'll probably go back to bed. So anyways, hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Once again, my name is Handlebarber Dave, and I'm also one of the owners of the Shaving Cadre Forum. That's www.theshavingcadre.com. If you haven't checked that out yet, please come and join us. It's probably the friendliest and the nicest self-moderated shaving forums and other gentlemanly pursuits on the internet. So anyhow, Shave 103. We hope that your practice is going well. If you are following the curriculum, you should be about 21 days into your practice, but most people are watching it right off the bat. So, we're going to kind of do the time warp here and assume that we're 21 days in the future on your straight shaving experience. Please let us know how you're doing. We're going to offer something special after Shave 104, and actually I'll probably mention it now. So let's go ahead and review what we did in 102. We talked about shave journaling or vlogging to keep track of how your shaves are going. Hopefully you've started that, whether by doing a video log or a shaving journal. The video logs are nice because you can see and you can get feedback from some of the other folks. And I apologize if I cough or sneeze during this. I'm still pretty sick. The second thing we talked about was inspecting the blade. Buying yourself a small loop, jeweler's loop 10 times or 20 times, and inspecting the blade for any chips or stuff like that. Because remember, we're still stropping on our jean strop at this point in time. Working on smoothness, like I said, you want to be one with the razor. You want to, it's a dance. And you want that to be just an extension of what you have. We also introduced a brand new pass, and that was against the grain, or across the grain rather, and that's the side to side on both sides. Starting in 104, we're going to be doing the cross shaving technique for everything. For this shave, I'll do it more standard, but the good news is you'll get to see what roughly 3 days of growth, what a straight razor can do with 3 days of growth, because I haven't shaved at all. We did the shave demo, and then of course we talked about 14 days of practice. So hopefully that's going well, and please let us know, because we are going to be highlighting this on one of our upcoming radio shows. So all the feedback you can give us and questions and stuff would be great. Now these videos are being posted on the shavingcadre.com in the forum media section, as well as my YouTube page, Handlebarber Dave, Facebook, the Shaving Cadre Facebook page as well. So you should be able to find them no matter where you're at. And then there's links from Instagram as well. So we are now in HBD's, or Handlebarber Dave's Straight Shaving Method, Module 103. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about muscle memory and shaving, because by now the muscle memory should start settling in, I should say. I can't speak either. We're also going to be talking about finding a Honemeister. Now, a Honemeister is just somebody who hones. Now, whether you want to find somebody who hones professionally or hones as a hobby, we have a ton of Honemeisters on our forum, but I've got a surprise for you at the end of this. And so when you're searching for a Honemeister, we'll talk about that as well. We're going to talk about beard mapping. There is going to be a beard mapping graphic. I'm not going to put it on here. I'm going to actually link it to Shave 103, and it'll actually be blank, and then you'll actually take, and I would say probably a couple of days, and we'll go over that on how to do that. Blade shatter, what is it? We're also going to talk about how to approach cleanup passes with a straight razor. Now today, the demo shave is not going to include a straight razor cleanup pass. We're going to do that in Shave 104 and 105. But just to talk about it so you can get prepared for that. We are going to be doing talking about doing a full 3-pass shave, but we are going to be doing the cleanup with the DE. And once again, we're using the same razor, Ralph Ost 5/8. and the flare tip super speed from Gillette with an Astra SP blade. We're using Sapo Vecchio Veracino 75th anniversary for both the soap and the aftershave. But we're all going to also start to bring in some aftershave rituals. Now, these are not things you have to do, but these are things you're probably going to do. And this includes different aftershaves, alcohol versus non-alcohol aftershaves, aftershave balms, so forth and so on. So we'll talk about that. We'll go ahead and do the shave demo. And then after the demo, we're going to talk about Baby Butt Smooth, BBS. We're going to talk about Dolphin Skin Baby Butt Smooth. And we're going to be talking about all those levels. And there's always been a debate on whether you need a BBS shave or not. Most people say it's only you that's going to know better, so why does it matter, or your spouse? And we're going to talk about the arguments, both pro and con, and once again, it's your shave, so you can do what you want. My feeling is if I'm investing the time and money to do these shaves, I want to be as smooth as possible, but that's up to you. We're going to talk about post-shave rituals, and then, of course, you're going to venture off into 14 days of practice with Shave 103. Now, we're going to be dropping Shave 104 and Shave 105, the final one, over the next 2 days, so, time them as you want. So, let's talk about muscle memory and shaving. Now, we're going to change it up a little bit because you've been practicing, assuming, for roughly 28 days with the grain pass like this, you're against the grain pass like this, and you're across the grain pass like this. Now, you can continue to do that, but in Shave 104, we're going to start introducing the cross technique, which I think is a better technique simply because there is no blind spots whatsoever. And also, there was some questions on the forum about doing the lip. Well, obviously, I have a mustache, so I'm not going to do the lip, but I did show some pictures, so you can look at that on which way you'll be doing them with the grain and against the grain and across the grain as well. So the muscle memory should be coming along. Remember, you're using the shoulder as a fulcrum, you're keeping your wrist straight, and you're doing the stretching. This should all be starting to become a little bit natural. The stroke technique I'm not worried about right now because you're just practicing more and more. And what you'll find is after a while, the memory will just come. In fact, when I've been doing these videos, shaving like this on my with the grain pass has been difficult because I'm so used to going across the face. So muscle memory is a big thing, and just keep consistent with whatever you're doing, whether it's illustrating what I'm doing or emulating that or emulating somebody else. Just keep doing that and do what's comfortable. That's going to build that muscle memory. Okay, let's talk about honing. You're going to find two types of honing. You're going to find the hobbyist honer, and then you're going to find those of us that do it professionally. When I say professionally, I mean I have a set number of clients that I have at the barbershop that use straight razors that I hone for money. That's professional. Some guys will do it just as a hobby. But find somebody that knows what they're doing, because there's nothing worse than getting something back and you can't shave with it. We find this in the barbering industry with shears. You find somebody to sharpen your shears and they come back as dull as a butter knife, and you don't want that. So there are plenty of guys on the forum that hone. I'm not going to mention their names, but you can find them. Also, you can go to a professional. But what we're going to do for this series is once you complete the series, meaning you go through all your practice days and everything else, anyone who wants one of their two razors honed can send it to me. You'll pay for the shipping, but I won't charge you for the honing. And that'll also give me an idea to look at and see how the blade wear is. And that should be a ways down the road, but just so you know. So finding a Honemeister is really up to you. Now, the quintessential Honemeister, in my opinion, is the one that I kind of emulated and studied with, is Doc 226. Now, Fredo is a member here on the shavingcadre.com, but find whomever you want. I'm not plugging him specifically for a reason because we've got, I said I wasn't going to mention their names, but I will. We've got Sean, we've got Kyle, we've got Dagwoods, there's a whole bunch of people. But some of them do not do it professionally and some don't charge for it. So you'll just have to find that out on your own. But like I said, if you complete all 5 of these curriculums in order and take the time to do it, at the end of that, I will hone your razors for free. So you pay the shipping. So that's about finding a Honemeister. Now, located within this thread, you're going to see a printable face map. Now, I think KJ already posted it on the DE shaving, but I'm going to post it again. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to let your beard grow for a couple of days. Then literally what you're going to do is take your camera, take a magnifying glass, whatever, or go into the mirror and look very close. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a pen and you're going to mark the arrows on which way your whisker hair is growing. Now, why is that important? Because it's going to change entirely how you shave. Because the width of grain may not be the way we've been doing it. It may be up, it may be sideways, who knows? Everybody has a different beard pattern. And some you're going to see some where there's swirls. We call them whirls in the barbering industry. You're going to see them this way, or you're going to see literally in a square inch area, you'll see 3 whiskers going that way, 5 going this way. So that's all going to adjust the way you shave. And as you're getting better and better, you're going to be able to make those adjustments accordingly. So that'll be here for you to print out. And if you have any questions on how to do that, because it's going to map the quadrants. Remember, we spoke about breaking things into the quadrants of the face. We're going to do that on the next video. Blade shatter, what is it? Now, blade shatter simply is when the blade either bounces across the face, which is a bad thing, or stops. Now, if that happens, immediately go this way. Do not try to force through it, because it could be something other than blade shatter. It could be an angry follicle. It could be something like that. So what blade shatter usually is caused from is the blade being super, super sharp, which is a good thing, but also the not enough soap and not enough slickness. So make sure you really hydrate your face. And we're also going to introduce a new pre-shave ritual that you guys can try out. So blade shatter basically means you're coming down and you're cleaning off so good that it starts to stop and skip. Anytime you feel that stop and skip, back off, because you need to rehydrate your face. If you have to put more lather on, do that, because blade shatter is the #1 cause, aside from lateral movement, that will cause a very severe cut while you're learning how to straight shave. So remember, blade shatter, if you start to feel it sticking a little bit, it could be one of 2 things. Either you don't have enough moisture on your face, not enough soap on your face, or, believe it or not, the angle of your blade is too close to the face and you're just cleaning everything off, like a windshield wiper cleans off your windshield. So make absolutely sure that you're slick as slick can be. Because if you get your soap right, you really should be able to do a pass on your face without any soap on there, because the residual water and slickness will stay there. And we're going to talk about how your sebaceous glands can help you on that. So that's blade shatter. So how do we approach a cleanup pass with a straight razor? Because the ergonomics are a lot different. Now, understand that 9 times out of 10, now this may be off percentage-wise, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to have issues here, and this is post your 3-pass shave, here, here, and definitely somewhere on your neck area. Well, you can't go side to side on your neck. There's too many curves there. So what you need to do is you need to figure out ways to do that. Now, what we're going to introduce is we're going to introduce basically the windshield wiper, and we're just going to talk about it today. We're not going to do it. The windshield wiper, the blade buffing, and believe it or not, the Gillette slide. You can do it with a straight razor, but I don't recommend doing it until you've got 100 to 150 shaves in. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it as if you're doing your against the grain pass, but you're going to stretch down and you're going to come across like a windshield wiper. And make sure you're really stretching. That's going to help get some of those angles, and you can do that on both sides. This is why it's important to learn how to shave ambidextrously, because you can do that. The other is blade buffing. Now, you want the blade to be moving at all times, but you're going to buff just like you do with a DE shave and just follow the contours. You can do that both with the grain and against the grain. The final one is kind of an inverted, it's strange. It's an inverted, you'll take the laser like this, you'll stretch, and you can get across. And then finally, what you can do, and once again, these are advanced techniques, I would wait on those for a while, is you can literally flatten the blade out and come up and open. So in other words, if you're doing it with this hand, you'll have the blade upside down, believe it or not. So you'll lead with the spine, but as you're coming across your neck, you'll twist. And that'll get some of those, and that'll give you a pretty close shape. And once again, don't try those until you've got your technique perfectly down. And that's why we're not going to do the cleanup with the straight razor today. We'll do it on the next 2 shaves, and I'll show you how that all works. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our 3-pass shave. Now, we're going to be talking a little bit today about pre-shave rituals. Now, once again, I've already stropped it, but you can go ahead and strop it. I would strop it at least 50 times on your jeans or if you've gotten a strop, and we're going to talk about strops tomorrow. And I've already stropped this almost 100 times today. Make sure you have your wiping medium, whether that be a sponge or a wiping cup. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about a hot towel. Now, most people love going to a barbershop and getting that, that 3 hot towels and a shave. But a lot of times it's hard to do when you're at home. But there's an easy way that you can do that. Now, I just got out of the shower, late, of course, and my face is very well hydrated. But I've also got 3 days worth of beard. But let's say that you didn't have a chance to take a shower right up front, or you shave before you shower. The one thing that you want to do is make sure that you get those sebaceous glands talking. And you start to soften the beard. Now, I'm going to contradict myself because if you know, I am a big fan of cold water shaving, and I do recommend throughout this entire curriculum that you do a cold water shave. Why? Because when you put heat or hot water on your face or hot lather, that's going to create, the capillaries are going to want to expand. If you get cut, you're going to bleed more. Plain and simple. So by doing a cold water shave, it constricts, because pores do not open, pores do not close. They expand and contract, but they don't open and close. Okay? So what we're going to introduce is the hot towel. Well, you're asking, well, wait a minute, Dave. You said no hot water, no hot, that brings it up. But we're going to immediately go back to cold, and that's going to actually, that shock of from hot to cold is going to actually cause your whiskers to stand straight up. And I guarantee you'll get BBS shaves a lot quicker that way. Believe me or not, try it out. Okay, so the easiest way to do a hot towel. Go to Target or wherever your local thing is and get yourself a microwave popcorn popper. Now, you'll understand. Now, you can stick the towel, wet the towel, roll it, wet the towel, stick it in the microwave for 35 to 45 seconds, come back, boom, you're gone. What I do is before my shower, I'll stick this in the microwave for 3 minutes. It steams up, it stays steamed. And you can find these fairly inexpensive. But what we're also going to do is we are going to do a little bit different of a pre-shave after we lather. There's been a couple of threads that we're going to identify in the post-shave part of it, but there's been threads on pre-shave oil versus non-pre-shave oil. Now, gentlemen's magazines will tell you that there's a barber that they interviewed that said that if the barber does not use a pre-shave oil, find another barber. Well, my argument is you have everything within your human body that's going to create oil. Now, oil by nature, if you've been out in the Southwest or even if you're out working, what happens? Your face gets oily, it gets clogged, you get pimples or acne. You get pimples or acne, guess what? You're going to try a straight shave and you're going to get ingrown hairs. So I am not a huge believer in pre-shave oils. I think your face can do it yourself. And however, if you like them, keep on using them. It's your shave. I just think that you can do it yourself. So we've lathered our Thader. Now what I'm going to do for this pre-shave is I'm going to take some Proto Lather. I'm going to do that, whatever. Okay. Now I'm going to start agitating that into my skin. So this is the same thing you would do with a pre-shave oil. You would do the same exact thing. But here's the thing. The soap is the medium that you're going to be shaving with. So the enjoyment factor is huge. And remember, there's been no water added to this, so it's fairly, it's fairly thick. But by massaging it and use your fingers, you're activating those sebaceous glands, and they are actually starting to secrete oil. They're secreting oil to lubricate the hair. It will soften the hair and make the shave that much better. We add heat and steam to that, and it just makes it all that much better. So once you do that, we're going to apply the hot towel directly to this. Now, how you apply that hot towel is entirely up to you. If I was laying down, I would do it like a regular barber, but I don't. But you'll have the towel folded, and I open it up because I do it all the way across the face. So just take your hot towel and rub all that soap into your pores. That steaming is going to help your face out. Now, as you can see, the face has turned a little red because that's a very hot towel. But now, what we're going to do is we're going to go right into lathering because your face is wet. Now remember, as we talked about, when you're lathering, the first lather for the first pass is the most important, especially if you've got multi-day growth. So make sure you add water accordingly to get the lather the way you want, depending on the soap you're using. And remember, you want a somewhat thinner lather for a straight shave. Than you do for a DE shave. And if you're flinging lather all over the place, you're on the right track. And you'll know, you'll get a shine and a sheen that you're used to, okay? And I really did it today. We'll mark out the area that we're going to shave, of course. And we're going to continue, with our 3-pass shave. Make sure your hands are dry. If you need to use the alum stick on your fingertips, please do so. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. And we will actually strop in between shaves as well, or passes, I should say. See, that pass is very uncomfortable for me because it's hard to see. So that's why I don't like it. As I said, when you're doing your with the grain pass down your chin, when you get to the bottom, just rotate it like you would a pencil. Okay, there's pass number 1. Okay, we'll go ahead and strop it 10 times on the jean. And we'll set up for the against the grain pass. Now this video probably will be a little bit longer because we're introducing some post-shave stuff, but we hope you find it informative. Okay. Now, a lot of these things that I'm showing you, you may not want to do because it takes too much time. But to me, I enjoy my shave so much that I'm going to take as much time as I need. Okay, the against the grain pass. Now this one does start cross. Now, even though I'm doing it right now, I don't want you to do it right now, but I do a little bit of a Gillette slide on my against the grain. If you notice the toe of the blade versus the heel, the heel versus the toe. You know what I meant. Now, if you feel your blade drying out on your wiping medium, whether that be a sponge or a cloth, just wet the blade, because you do want to keep that wet. Don't forget to blow up your cheeks and pull down. Okay, second pass done. Yes, I did catch a little weeper. And usually if I go with 3 days of growth, I'll get one whisker that decides that it doesn't want to give up the goat. And that happens every once in a while. It clears up pretty quick. Okay, we're going to go ahead and strop one last time for our across the grain pass. Excuse me. And we'll go ahead and lather for that. And remember on the last pass to go ahead and do it very similarly to how you did the first lathering, because you want to get that final whisker that we're reducing to stand up so you can get it completely. And you also want this pass to be the slickest pass as well, so the wettest. And as you can see, I'm flinging lather everywhere. Okay, make sure your hands are dry. Okay, we're going to do our across the grain pass now. Map out where we want everything. Okay, and remember you're practicing that new reverse style like this, okay? And you're gonna put, this is where the hyper stretching really comes in. Pull your ear, flatten it with your jaw. And nice, slow, even strokes, because you're really close to the bottom of your ear there. And if your ear starts bleeding, those of you that have had it happen, they don't stop. Then pull back towards your shoulder. Stretching the whole way. And remember, the against the grain here There's more or less an angle up to your ear, but it's a modified against the grain. Now, once you start mapping your beard, this could be all over the place. So that's one thing that, please understand that I'm doing it from my beard map. But really, right now, we're just concentrating on technique. Once again, be careful of any detour signs, moles, or anything else that you need to avoid. Remember, the back side of your hand, push up and out. That will hyperstretch that part of your face. Okay, and there's your 3-pass shave. Once again, probably going to need a little bit of cleanup, but we're going to do that with that. So dry your razor off, and that'll be for stropping later. You can go ahead and rinse your medium out. Okay, and I'm pretty baby wet smooth, my cheeks, everything else, but once again, right here and right here. So we're going to do that with the DE today. But starting tomorrow or on the next series 104, we will be doing that with a straight razor. So practice those moves that I told you about. Not on your face, but just get used to the ergonomics. Because the blade buffing, just like I'm doing here, is really the same thing. You're going to just be doing it with a straight. And it's just knowing how to do that. The only thing you really won't be doing is the J-hooking, but the windshield wiper movement is what will emulate that. And actually, you'll find that you'll do less passes or less buffing with a straight razor than you do with a DE, in my opinion. You'll be able to get those whiskers a lot easier because you got a 3.5 inch blade. Okay, let me rinse off and we'll talk about post shave. Now, post shave rituals are completely a personal thing. Okay, whether you use a balm because you don't like the alcohol sting, whether you use witch hazel because you like it, because it's antiseptic without that alcohol sting. There's also, in my opinion, a wives' tale that talks about how alcohol does dry your skin out. Yes, first of all, I admit it does dry your skin out, but most of the aftershaves that are out in the market right now, whether it be Parasso, whether it be Pitrolon, whether it be Sep and Ficio Veracino, all have other components besides alcohol. Alcohol is used as an antiseptic, hence the reason why you have the sting. So the antiseptic properties of alcohol are very, very good. However, you do have those antiseptic properties with witch hazel as well. So whether you choose an alcohol-free or an alcohol-based aftershave blast is entirely up to you. However, I would also argue that you could do both. So, for instance, I found this product quite some time ago. It's been around forever, and it's called Lucky Tiger Vanishing Cream. Now, they also have a disappearing cream. It just depends on what you like. And it lasts forever. So, you wet your face, And I'm a menthol. I like menthol, and I like mint, and I like aloe vera. Aloe vera has been proven to be great for your skin. I rub that on a wet face. It also lets me know how I did on the shave too, because the menthol will definitely let you know. Plus I can feel for any areas that I need, and this is slick enough to where you can actually shave with it. So that's all it takes. Now what I'll do now is that same hot towel that we used, I will make it cold. And the cold towel to me is the best part. It's the finishing thing we do in the barbershop after we've done the rest facial massage, and it's just wonderful. So you can fan your face if you want, you know, to just bring in that cooling, or you can just put the cold water right on your face, like a regular hot towel, but with cold. Then I'll rinse my face one more time. And that's it. No, I have not applied aftershave yet, which I'll do. And I prefer a natural plant-based alcohol aftershave, although I've got them all. So we're using Saponificio Veracino, the aftershave. And it's almost a milk, but it's all natural. You don't need a lot. And it's Italian and citrusy, and it's just wonderful. Now, why am I doing this at 8 o'clock at night when I'm not going anywhere? Well, that's just to illustrate on the video. Now, we're going to talk about another argument, or I shouldn't say argument, but a lot of people are very, very adamant about, and that's the usage of talc. Now, once again, this is entirely up to you. I'm just going to dry the face off a little bit. But talc has been used for thousands of years. Now, is it usually ground up rock? Yes, it is. But more and more, you're seeing companies like Panad, Borotalco, and some of the other ones that are cornstarch based because of some of the scare of cancerous agents like asbestos and stuff like that. Well, my firm believer is use what you want. If you're scared of that, great. I am using as most of you know, a vintage talc that was given to me. And the reason why I like talc is it cools the face. It gets rid of any shininess that you have, which is important. And it keeps the face dry throughout the day. And you can use talc, the cornstarch-based talc on your body as well. And in the hotter climates, like where I live in Arizona, it's a must. So the only other post-shave ritual would be, fixing the mustache and then applying an EDT or cologne. So that is Shave 103. Hopefully it's been informative to you guys. So we did talk about muscle memory, talked about finding a Honemeister, and the fact that I'm going to offer free honing for people that complete this. And there will be a little test to see if you did. Beard mapping, which you'll find a beard map that you can print out right here at the forum. It's going to give you better shaves. And this is a good shave. I mean, it's BBS. But when I go to my cross technique, which we'll talk about tomorrow, it's going to be even better. It'll be what I call dolphin skin or dolphin smooth, baby butt smooth. So blade shatter, we discussed about what that is when it skips across your face. Bail as fast as you can. How to approach the cleanup passes with the straight razor. What we're going to show you tomorrow is we're going to show you the windshield wiper. We're going to show you the blade buffing, both down and up. And then we're also going to show you kind of a weird little technique called the flip that works very, very well as long as you do it the right way. And it'll get some of those hairs that you get in here. We did the full 3-pass shave with the DE cleanup, talked about post-shave, and do you want BBS? Do you want it higher? On methods on how to do that, and we'll talk about that in Shave 104. So once again, I've been your host, Handlebarber Dave from theshavingcadre.com, and this has been the Barbershop at Home, and I do apologize for the lateness of this, and I'm still sick. I'm going to bed. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you tomorrow.